It's not time to go home yet. Just stay with me for a moment. I never thought I'd find what I was looking for, but this feeling can't afford to leave. I came here with a 20 in my pocket. Didn't want to stay too long, I knew that I would drop it. Check myself out in the reflection of a liquor bottle. Saw a real sad girl, a big pill to swallow, yeah. But when you took my hand, walked me over to the dance floor, I put on a smile, never knew I had before. You said it's not time to go home yet, yeah. Just stay with me for a moment. Don't turn around, it's only the two of us. Just stay with me for a moment. I know I'm bound to ruin it, so just stay here. Just a moment. As long as this place is open, I'll keep you close. And we'll hold on to this moment. You hold me, feels like forever. Are you here to find forever? I will never know, cause I'm scared to take you home. When you hit me on my phone, but I guess I'll never know. They turn the volume up when we're talking. The music playing louder, not planning on stopping. It's getting pretty late, I don't even know your name, but I'm living in the moment, I want you to stay. Ooh, was in a real bad vibe. Came in with my head down, anxiety high. Just about to leave, was about to leave. I'm so happy you noticed me. But when you took my hand, walked me over to the dance floor, I put on a smile, never knew I had before. You said it's not time to go home yet. Stay with me for a moment. Don't turn around, it's only the two of us. Just stay with me for a moment. I know I'm bound to ruin it, so just stay here. Just stay with me for a moment. Please make a move, cause I don't have the courage. Don't wanna be wondering what could have been in the morning. Said it's not time to go home yet. Just stay with me for a moment. It's not time to go home yet. Go home yet. Don't go home yet. Go home yet. Go home yet. Just stay with me for a moment.
Hello and welcome to Record Label Boss. This is your boy Avi on the microphone. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, and we're going to do some record label bossing today. If you've never been on the show, you're quickly going to find out what it's about. If you have been, thank you so much for joining us again. Today we're going to review some independent artists, and we're going to talk about music, and we're going to talk about a few things that happened since Friday, because there's always a lot going on. But first, I want to bring into the studio my two colleagues, Lottie and Yo-Yo, who are going to be with us today as our review kids. They're going to do like thumbs up and thumbs down or something like that, I think. All right. So let me quickly check if everything is working. Yep, everything is working. As always, if you have any questions during the show, you're welcome to ask at any point. We're going to try to answer the questions as truthful as we possibly can. We're going to do a little bit of reviewing on Groover today. Then we're going to talk a little bit about news that we have. And then we're going to go on Muso Soup and review some music there as well. And if we have some more news, then we're going to talk about that as well. Hi, Foxy. How you doing? If you don't know or you haven't heard before, if you want to join us on the Discord, that's discord.gg/czr. That's our label Discord if you want to join it. And of course, we have our chat gathering bots. If you are chatting on any channel, we should ideally be able to see what you're saying and be able to answer your questions. All right, that was by the way, there was CIG and Shaila Hamadi moment. We just released that a while ago. and it's actually doing really, really well. I checked the numbers with CIG today, and we're really happy with it. We got about 140 DJ endorsements just on one DJ side, and that's usually pretty big. So I think in total we're going to get around 300 to 400 DJ endorsements. We're currently at anywhere from at the same amount of downloads by music industry professionals as well. So really going well. Cool song. Love both artists, and they're really doing good. All right, let's review some people that want to get to where the people that you just heard already are. Let's listen to Mattia Vlad Morello, Empty Spaces Session. Wow, I think that's... Wait, what is that? 36 minutes. Wow, why would you send me a 36-minute musical piece for me to review? That is very difficult, my friend. Okay, I'm going to have to... bloop. I'm not sure. Okay, so there's a guy in his studio, and he's surrounded by various instruments and synthesizers, and he's obviously going from one to the next and playing them and stuff, which is totally okay. Just, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that. If you're asking me, I'm not gonna sure. I'm really not sure what to do with that. So yeah, upright piano, grand piano, analog synth, pedals, and sequencers. Very decent effort! Exclamation mark. Interesting setup and interesting track, but I'm not entirely sure how we would fit that in a commercial form. Full stop. All the best and cheers! Exclamation mark. I mean, it's like a classical synth live performance, very long thing. Yeah. So don't know. Next one: Wind, Hail, and Snow. A concept record set of the Four Seasons. Today is the day of weird music. Hey, Bobby KPP. Can't you sign up somebody who has a big hit? No. People that have big hits usually are already signed to very large labels, and they spend a lot of money. That's why they have big hits. If there's anything that you as a private listener know as a big hit, that means that there's already millions of dollars behind it. Oh man. Decent effort! Exclamation mark. Okay and heartfelt track, but I'm not entirely sure that this would have commercial appeal. Full stop. All the best and cheers! Exclamation mark. Maybe a sync placement here and there, but you know, when you're already looking for something where you want to place the artist and you're like, maybe I could see him there and there, then it's usually not going. All the tracks that we've released and that worked really well were tracks where when people heard the song for the first time, they were like, wow, that's such a good song. I like it. You know, where you have like that instant connection with the song, and not you're asking yourself, should I play this again? Am I going to like it? You know, that is usually the case. Weird Wednesday on Monday. That's right, Yo-Yo. And Zvek says, don't know why, but the intro gave me How to Dever Life by E-Vibes. There's a lot of interesting things that have a lot of interesting vibes. The question is somebody want to hear it? And Yetza says, what is this? This is me looking for independent artists like I do every single day of my life. It's part of my job and a very interesting part of my job. And I've been doing this for almost 2 years live on the stream now. And many of the artists that we have on our label now came from this. And Lottie and Yo-Yo are obviously having a lot of fun down there. What are you doing when you're not reviewing music? I see you there having fun. You're not allowed to have fun if I'm not included. All right, next one, Aurora 80s. That is, what is that? From IMK. Okay. Very quiet. I'm skipping. Very long electronica track. It's literally here in chat if you'd actually read it. What? Okay. Told you today's Wednesday. What? I'm not seeing anything about Wednesday here. Oh yeah, so I hope Jetsa answered your question. There's a website, recordlabelboss.com. You can go to that, or you can go to CountZeroRecords.com. That's our label website. Or you can join us on Discord. That's discord.gg/CZR, and you'll find out more about it. Okay, very long electronica track. Okay, not spectacular. Really not something that's going to kick off. Decent effort, exclamation mark. Okay, track that is best suited for club background play and possibly other commercial areas, full stop. All the best and cheers, exclamation mark. It's like when you're trying to pitch music to a manager or a promoter or a publisher, just anybody, and they're not like super focused on club music, then sending like an 8-minute track is usually not a good idea. When you send something to normal people around the industry, a radio guy, a DJ guy, some kind of promoter or something, it's really better to send short tracks because, you know, chances are that they're not going to listen to 8 minutes of your club track. So I always say to people, you know, that have these club tracks, I always say, you know, cut it down, make a radio version of it, put the best parts in it, make it 3:30, and then send that out. And if they're interested, they can listen to the whole club track. But who's going to listen to 10 minutes, you know? Nobody does that. When we send something out, the typical listening time that music industry professionals listen to our stuff when we send it out is up to 20 seconds. Not more. Nobody listens. Even at this point, it comes from a record label. It's already pre-curated. We have an existing relationship with these people, and they know who we are. They will listen to the track for 20 seconds, and then they'll either download it or not. And if you're an artist and they don't know you, and you're not pre-curated, and nobody knows your name or has any relationship to you, they're going to listen a lot less if they listen at all. If they listen at all, they will listen maybe 5 seconds, 5, 6, 7 seconds shortly. Okay, and that's it. So, you know, make it count. Okay, next one, Carry You by Don Zimmerman.
Swinging summers down the shore, lukewarm beer from your drawer. I was dying to reach out to you, Could you tell me something more? I've been wondering about the way you used to
Very,
tell me about your
very slow build, and I still don't know how I feel about the voice.
sorrow on the floor. I've been stuck on that picture of us one
Hey, Bob.
night out in Brooklyn.
Bobby's track.
Won't happen
Was a bub.
anymore. And I miss you. And when they called me with the news, didn't know what I could do
I'm gonna
to carry you.
go somewhere. I'm gonna skip.
Saying what's want to.
Ugh. Okay, that song stayed the very same from the first 20 seconds. I'm gonna rewind back to the first 20 seconds.
I've been wondering
Yeah.
about the
So you could hear second 35, and you could hear second
fish games. Only
second 354, which is 3.5 minutes later, and it's literally the same exact thing. So it's a vocally driven piano ballad, yes, of course, but the music is like really. I'm gonna write feedback, and I'm gonna say no, but kind of like disappointed because I think vocally there was something decent effort, exclamation mark. Vocally, there was definitely something there, but the extremely repetitive music that essentially stays the same over the entirety of the song really does this song in, full stop. Would definitely work on music and songwriting, full stop. All the best and cheers, exclamation mark. Yeah, man, you can have all the voice you want if you go like dum 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 for 4 minutes, you know. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Okay. All right, that was all on Groover today. I think that everybody was like sleeping. Sometimes I have like 19 for the morning, you know, for the Monday. But I have to say, it's now holidays. You know, a lot of people are still on various like ski trips or with their families and stuff. You know, so a lot of people are actually not really. 91 notifications? Are you kidding me? All right, let's go to the next one. But we're gonna talk a little bit about what's new. Over at the label, if you have any questions, you're welcome to ask them. We're currently developing a project that we're already beta testing, and that will hopefully be very interesting to a lot of independent musicians. If you're interested in testing a new project with us, you're welcome to join us on the Discord, and we'll give you full access to the project, and you can have a look at it. And we'll continue to test it. Development so far has been going really well. I'm really happy with that. And it's I think it's going to be a valuable service for independent musicians soon there. The second thing is that we have 2 releases out there at the moment that are doing really good. That's CIG with Moment, and that's Christian Wailer with Moja Prijateljice. One song obviously for the Croatian market and one song for the international market, EDM there. Really cool and working pretty well. And the third thing I want to say quickly is that, how can I say this without giving too much away? We're going to go further into the realm of Discord, and we are currently developing another project that, since I have so much to do, I really cannot do, that I'm currently talking to people for outsourcing, and it's revolving in and around Discord. And the idea that we have there is that we are in a unique position as a record label to offer the community at Discord something that nobody essentially has done yet, because they can't, and that's free music. I'm not talking about the bots that play YouTube and Spotify, because that's breaking their terms of service, because all these things are protected by rights. But some days ago I had an idea, and I sat with some people that know about it and talked about it. Representing almost over 300 songs and 50 artists, we can actually offer people legit copyrighted music for their Discord server to play. And to that end, we're going to develop a Count Zero Records Discord bot that will have various playlists loaded with our songs that you can invite into your server, and it will play music for you, and it will be the first Discord bot and the first way to play music on Discord in a legally okay way. And I think this is going to be very interesting, because not only are we going to do that, we're also not going to charge anything for it. So you'll be able to invite our bot on your server and play our music on your server completely for free and without any legal worries or ideas that somebody would eventually turn it off or something would happen to you, etc. There's going to be a EDM playlist. There's going to be a rock music playlist, rock and metal probably. There's going to be like a urban music playlist, which will include rap, hip hop, R&B, that kind of stuff. And there will be some other playlists as well. And you'll be able to say, I think we're going to call him DJ Count Zero or DJ Zero. You'll be able to say, exclamation mark, play EDM, and he'll play the EDM playlist. So if you have knowledge about Discord, or you're interested in developing this service with us, join us on our Discord server and have your say in it as well. All right, Greg Thundercock. Oh my God. Who was the last artist that you wished you could have found first? Ooh. The problem is, Greg, there's so many artists that are good, but there's 5 million of them. And we can literally not review them all. So out of the 5 million artists, yeah, and Hoe is in here because I've been talking to him about working on the bot, and he's the developer of that bot. I've been talking to a bunch of people over the last 3 days, I would say, about the bot, and so I started talking with him today, and I think that he's a pretty decent guy. So he's already started working on it. So I think it's going to be a very exciting thing for a lot of people in the Discord community, because I know that a lot of bots were turned off because they violated terms of service of various things. I know that especially YouTube and Spotify really hate the music bots. So eventually they're all going to be, turned off because nobody wants their rights to be violated, obviously. And we're going to offer a solution, because I don't think Universal is going to offer a Discord bot that plays their music for free on your server anytime soon. So, I'm happy to have Hoe on board here doing some work for us. And if you want to chat with him or some other people, come and visit us at discord.gg/czr. And, that's okay. Now I gotta go back to Greg. The artist that I wish I had found first, that is really, really difficult to say, because out of the 5 million artists, we have 50 of them signed. So artist 499 995,995 are we missed. And so there's a whole lot of people that we missed because we just don't have enough resources to review them all. That's essentially what's behind it. So a whole lot of people, Greg, is what I would answer. Hey, Blitzo Gamer, how you doing in there? I love you too. And of course, shout out to you. And Responsible Funny says, nice headphones. Thank you very much. Yeah, nobody's going to be singing on there. Yeah, so I think that's a great idea, and I don't think that other labels are going to... No, it's not pre-recorded, Little Coda 99.9. I can literally say something. So I think that's a good way. And this is really what we want to do on Discord. We want to connect the independent music scene with potential fans, people that are interested in independent music. And we want to do it in a more transparent way. We want to be open. We want to build like a community around it. And we have absolutely no problem giving away our music for free in the context of Discord. Because quite frankly, what Spotify pays us is essentially free as well. So since we're not getting paid by Spotify, YouTube, or anybody, pretty much, why would we not give away our music for free? If in return, some people, come and meet the artist and believe that there's something of value in there, and maybe they'll, buy something from him or go to his concert or something like that. So I think that was a good idea, and I'm really happy that we started this project. And of course, our previous beta project, of course, is demosubmission.com, which we're currently doing the beta test for. And that, of course, is an independent artist community where you can submit your music to various curators, record labels, blogs, etc. And it's also free. The concept that we're going for with our reviews, with our Discord bot, and with many things, is that doing things through us is free. And a lot of people are saying to me that doesn't make any sense. But if you put yourself in my shoes to where the very big tech companies are paying you cents at the very best. We recently had 15,000 TikTok plays and we got 9 cents for it. So if you're getting 40,000 plays and you're getting 10 cents for it, then you as a musician, as an artist, ask yourself, what am I doing here? Why am I selling this to TikTok? I could just fucking give this away for free. And that will be a lot easier to the people, a lot more convenient. And the income comes from fans that are like attracted to the artist, that say, that's a good guy. I'm going to go to his show. I'm going to buy, a t-shirt because it's cool. But the music itself isn't an income anymore at all for anybody. So we might as well give it away for free. And that's exactly what we're going to do. And Bob says, how can I buy a $30 t-shirt from an artist I've never heard of? That's right, Bob. Nobody would do that. The thing is just, if you look at my t-shirt, it's literally a Champion t-shirt. That is a Champion t-shirt with our logo embossed. This shirt will not break for years. Why should you buy a $30 Champion t-shirt? Because you like the artist, you like his logo, and the actual shirt without the logo doesn't cost a whole lot less. It's a way to wear what you would want to wear anyway and have an artist's logo on it that you like. And if you don't know the artist, you would of course not buy the shirt, because who would do that, So all the people that wear Tesla shirts, all the people that wear various shirts, why would they do that? Because they believe that the guy that's doing that is great, is good. They want to support him, and they want to throw $5 in the pool and buy a shirt for $5 more than what it normally would cost, and support the artist in doing that. And that is the reasoning behind it. All right. So lots of interesting projects we have there. both demosubmission.com and our Discord bot. Very interesting things. Of course, our basic website and our app are still working. If you want to have an app on your phone, we have it for iOS and Android as well. So you can download our Count Zero Records app in your app store. And there's also playlists on there where you can play our music for free. That is almost insane. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about is that we're currently working really hard on our YouTube channel. We recently started pushing that because we do believe that Facebook and Instagram are eventually going to die, and it's probably going to be sooner rather than later. So we're moving into a new set of socials. And YouTube remains the video king. Short format is currently covered by TikTok very well. But YouTube just remains the video king, so there isn't anything. But in terms of socials, what we're mostly doing here is Discord. All right, guys, I'm going to go now to Muso, and we're going to review some of the 1,400 odd submissions that we have there. We never get around to doing them all because that's like humanly impossible. Yes, Bob, you can absolutely buy bumper stickers from us. You can buy a swimsuit. You can buy a mug. You can buy shoes. There's literally nothing that you can't buy from us. There's a whole lot of shit that we made that you can buy to support your favorite artist. It's really... It's quite something. And when we did our merch, we opted for good rather than cheap. So what we took is we took normal items that you would wear, like a Champion t-shirt, an American Apparel thing, things that are generally name brand, not necessarily Adidas or Puma or something like that, that you would wear anyway. Shoes, shirts, hats, jackets that you would wear, and then we embossed them with the logos of our artists. And I have to say that we were very, very happy, and it's working really well, the way that we do merch, because we don't do your typical $9 band shirt that will break the second time you wash it, and then sell that for $20. I'd rather sell an extremely good product for $30 than a really shitty product for $20. Because in the end, you'll build a lot more loyalty and people will be a lot happier with their products that they have. And ultimately, you want everybody to be happy because you want them to come back. And DJ says, whenjacksonband.com. Yeah, DJ Marinade, you could jump on our Discord or jump on demosubmission.com and send us your stuff, and I'll play it on the show. Always interested there. And a lot of people are asking us, where can we send it? Where can we send it? And this was actually the reason why we started building demosubmission.com, because we always have so many people trying to send us stuff. And we essentially do not want to participate in this entire industry that makes people pay to send it to labels. If there's a service you want to purchase, that's fine. But I don't think that you necessarily need to pay every step of the way for stuff, especially in submissions. I have my own opinion about demo submission sites, you know that. And that is that essentially on the other side, there's not the people that you think that are there. Because the interest of a record label is to get to know artists and find good music. It's not for you to pay them $2. So you can ask yourself who's on the other side if the most important thing for them is $2. And I can tell you it's not the labels. It's a lot of it's incredibly fake. All right, let's go with The Chase. That is a good question. And there is Mike Big Time Staff who asks, are record labels needed anymore? That is always a very good question that I'm always very happy to talk about, because the answer is yes and no. The answer that is no, and I actually answered the same thing on a TikTok today that I saw, where an artist said, you don't need a label anymore. You can just hire the people that you need. That is absolutely true. If you're rich, if you have the money to hire a videographer, a songwriter, a producer, a sound engineer, somebody to market, a manager, a legal consultant, a bookkeeper, somebody to publish for you, somebody to distribute for you, you don't need a label. But then you need a lot of money. So usually people that come to us are people that don't have a lot of money. If you have a lot of money, there's a lot of stuff that you can do by yourself. If you have a lot of money, you can build your own house. If you have a lot of money, you can build your own lake. If you have a lot of money, you can build your own airplane. You don't need an airplane company. You can literally build your own airplane if you have a lot of money. It's essentially what Elon Musk did. He built his own rocket because he had a lot of money. Hey, Arbitrator, what's up? How you doing? Thanks so much for stopping by, man. Haven't seen you in a while. I've been crying. I've been biting into that fried chicken and watermelon just without you, Arby. So there's that. But I was answering. So if you have a lot of money, you don't need a label. And there's a lot of rich kids that don't need a label. They just go to the studio, they buy the management, they buy everything that you need. And at the end of the time, when you're done promoting your album, you spend anywhere from $10,000 to $100,000 for one album. That is totally okay. If you have that kind of money, go ahead and do it. And I probably would. If I had money, I probably would buy everything. But that's just me. And then there's the 99% other artists that don't have money. So they don't have money and they cannot do everything by themselves because it's literally like a 10-man job to get an album made and placed and promoted and everything. So what they then do is they turn to friends, and then they find out that these friends are lacking the skills to do all these jobs. Because, you might not have a friend who's a lawyer, a friend who's a bookkeeper, a friend who's a publisher, a friend who's a distributor. That is just extremely likely to happen. Again, if you're a family from the entertainment industry and you know all these people, then you might not need the money, but you're going to need the connections. And so So the thing is, if you don't have the money and you don't have the connections, and that is 99% of the artists, then you got to get it somewhere. And that is where the labels come into play. And there's the amount of artists is skyrocketing, and the amount of labels is dropping because business is very difficult. So the amount of artists that are knocking on labels' doors is insane. I always say we have about 30,000 people that send us their stuff for signing consideration every year. We review about 6,000 of them, and then we sign, however many we get to, depending on the year and the COVID situation. But what a label does for you, it is, number one, it has competence you don't have. It has people you don't have. And it has money you don't have. So while in theory you can do everything by yourself as an artist, just like you could buy your own spaceship or you can, build your own house, most people would choose to go with the professionals because they don't have that kind of infrastructure or money to replace what a label does for you. And I would say, a lot of people are always saying, what's the most important thing about the label? And I would say it's actually not the money, it's the competence and it's the networking. People underestimate the value of networking. Labels can go in places where you as an artist cannot go. They have connections you don't have. And I only realized this once I actually started my own label, and all of a sudden doors were opening for me that were completely closed before. And that's understandable, because if you think you have 5 million releasing artists, you just cannot talk with all of these people. You need somebody to represent them, and people are just much more likely to open the door for a label. And the other thing is, artists usually don't have the competence. They are the creative people, but they're horrible in management. They're horrible in bookkeeping, billing, taxes, whatnot, just about everything. So competence and networking is definitely what I think is true. And the new business model, I am completely fine with, that artists own their entire rights and they're the bosses and they pay the label for their services, is totally fine. It's just most of the time people come to us and they don't have a dime to rub between their fingers. So the choice isn't really there for them to say, I'm going to keep control of everything I have, because they don't have anything to hire people with. So, there's that. All right, let me check chat. And RB, stop lying. Come on, shut up, RB. Where you been? Jane Doe says, hey, this is actually live. Yes, Jane Doe, this is live. Jane? How are you doing? Justin Bieber only had his mommy. And Bob says, this is just my opinion, but essentially what ruined the music industry was Napster. Case closed. Well, what can I say? Napster certainly led to a development that culminated in Spotify, and that means that artists aren't paid for their music anymore. And this is, of course, not a great thing, not for us as a label and not for the artists, because everybody wants to get paid for their work. Now you don't get paid for your work anymore. You don't get paid for your music anymore. Spotify pays you fucking cents. You can have tens of thousands of people listening to your music and they'll pay you 10 cents. I don't know. It's crazy. And Jane Doe says, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking, Mr. Record Label Boss, I guess. My name is Avio. The show is actually called Record Label Boss, but so many people started calling me Record Label Boss or something. It was insane. So that I'm now thinking of even retiring that, or just Boss. Come on. It's weird, It's like when you're the actor that is so long on a show that people are like, hey, it's Captain Kirk, But really, he has a name. His name is not really Captain Kirk, It's William Shatner. So there's that, it's a very sad situation. Artists aren't getting paid, and it's very, very difficult to make money nowadays. But labels are needed more now than ever before, because artists are really being left holding the short end of the stick, more than labels even so, because labels always had, the connections, the economics. They always knew how to play the game more than the artists, but the artists are really left empty-handed. And with the regulation and the laws developing the way that they are, the label's opinion is that platforms are going to push to not pay artists at all. So what they're going to do is they're going to cut prices, and they're going to cut it lower and lower and lower, to where eventually platforms will not be paying artists for their music at all. They'll essentially get the content for free and say, if you don't give us your content for free, then you will just not be on the platform and nobody will ever hear you. And then, the business model will change a little bit. And the artists that will be able to afford it will be able to pay professionals to do stuff for them. And the ones that won't will have to give them something else. It's very simple. If you want somebody to work for you, then you're going to have to pay them. And there's this the same in every industry. And I have a lot of people that I pay and that I like, because they're doing a great service. They're well connected with me. I don't have any angry thoughts or feelings towards people who are working for me, who I buy services from, and they do a good job. Why would I be? I have a friend who's my lawyer, and I still pay him. He does a lot for me and gives me great advice and charges less, but I still pay him. Because number one, lawyers, and number two, people got to survive. Everybody has to fucking eat. And the creepy ape is back. Hey, creepy ape, how you doing, my man? He says, is creating beats a more viable means to get into the industry as opposed to creating full tracks? Okay, I'm conflicted on this. Some of my good connections and friends are beat makers, and they're really beat makers, and they have been in the industry for 12 years making beats. At mostly Atlanta. So if you are in or around a scene where beats are really needed, like you're in Atlanta, you have a studio there, or you work at a studio, there's lots of rap music people there, there's lots of people looking for beats, then that's completely viable. If you want to be a beat maker in Central Europe, you're going to have a very hard time doing that because there's just not enough people. And then people are like, yeah, but you can sell it on the internet. It's really hard to get your beats out there because everybody does that. The way that the people that I know are now successful beat makers like Slow Meezy and Pedro the Goat and others is that they essentially worked in studios. Oh, I'm seeing that Reddit is kind of like crapping out there. I'm answering a Reddit question and now Reddit is crapping out. That is just fucking great. Okay, we're back. So they worked at the studio, learned how to make beats there, got the connections, and then had 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 people that were in and around the hip-hop area and started making beats for them. So they had the customers, and they made what the customers needed, which was beats. If you have no connections to any musicians, no clout on the internet, and nobody knows you, and you're an unknown beat maker living in Iceland, it's going to be extremely difficult for you, and it's probably going to be easier for you to come up doing full tracks. If I were to advise a person that I don't know where they are from, and I don't know how well they are connected, I would say full tracks. Beat making definitely works, but it is subject to very definite site conditions that you need to fulfill. Otherwise, it's going to be really difficult for you to land with beats. Jane Doe says, oh, Mr. Avio boss. Oh my God. The guy, the crushing music here. What? Where's everybody watching from? I see many bots in the chat on YouTube. That's the repeater bot, by the way. So Jane, we're gathering the chat from various services and then we're putting it in every channel so people can read the chat no matter where they are. And this is what you're seeing. Those are actually people watching the stream, but not on YouTube. Or they might be on Facebook, they might be on Twitch, they might be on somewhere else, Okay, more questions. And Bob says, one thing you did not mention is that they will become so clever in their business model that popular music turns into pure crap. Not entirely sure what you mean there, Bob. They will become so clever in their business model that popular music turns into pure crap. I think what you're pertaining to is that 15 artists in the world make 85% of the world's income of music. And this is because the major labels have essentially completely cornered the market and taken it over. So that 15 artists make 85% of all the money in music. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. But it just shows how little there is left for you. As an independent artist, you are one of the 5 million people fighting for the rest of the 15%. So it's very, very difficult. And it's essentially a game at this moment to where if you are an indie label, you have to be motivated by something else other than money. because, it's essentially a thing to where 3 companies in the world own everything. And if you're the little guy in that scenario, you better dress warm, like people say in Austria, because it's not, it's not a get rich quick scheme. And Jane Doe says, Lada Pitchy 26, I'm not on Discord. Did not know you can watch streams from Discord. Yeah, you could. We're currently not streaming on Discord, but they are in the Discord chat, and the bot picks up the chat and posts it somewhere else. It's crazy what technology can do nowadays. And Mike wants me to name way more than 15 successful bands. It always comes down to what is success. If you define success by money made by the song they represent, then just look up the Billboard 200. That's literally the 200 artists making the most money. If you define success as being happy, then it's none of the people on this list, because pretty much everybody on Billboard is not having a gravy life. Usually there's a lot of shit eaten there. And, what is success? Monetary success, chart success. Again, really? So, always interesting questions on Reddit there. And Jane Doe says, wow, I'm confused. It's night already where I am, so I'm a little slow. It's night here too. It's 9 o'clock in Austria. It's 9 o'clock in Austria. And it is 8 o'clock in the UK. Where Winston Churchill has just left Westminster Abbey. And he's going to speak to the general population at the hour. See, I'm trying, Lottie. And Creepy Ape says, given the improvements in technology over the past few years, we're creating your own music. Yep. Has become more and more accessible. Yep. Do you think we will ultimately see the charts populated by independent artists? Nope. Who are not full-time musicians? No way. That there is 1000% no way that this is ever going to happen. And the reason for that is because the charts aren't populated by musicians. The charts are populated by producers. The underlying idea is that out of the 200 people that make up the top 200 on Billboard, there is 30 producers and production groups, I would say, that make all that music. It's far less than actual artists. The people that make all the music that you hear are a lot fewer than you would ever believe, and they have artists to represent their music. So, if anything, it's currently fewer and fewer people in total, artists in total, producers in total, and then fewer still independent artists, because what was possible in the 70s, that you could have a great band, you would make some copies of your songs, send it out to radio stations, and some DJ or station would pick it up and it would be a hit. That no longer works, because all these channels are now extremely tightly controlled by the very large companies that will 100% not let anything past their red lines and to be successful without them. They control the media, they control the radio stations, they control the DJs and everything. And the chance that you're going to get to somebody who's going to put your music out is very, very low. So there's going to be less and less independent music, but there's also going to be less and less production teams on the Billboard. So what you're going to see is Universal having 2 to 3 production teams, Sony having 2 to 3 production teams, Warner having 2 to 3 production teams, and they make virtually all of the top 200 Billboard between them. And it's a very, very small group of people who essentially does everything that's commercially successful. Yeah. What kind of music do we represent? Asks Roberto. Everything, really. We're open for any genre. Lou Walnut asks, can an artist make a living not performing in person live shows? He can, but then he has to do streaming and online entertainment. So an artist can absolutely do that. I know bands that, and I also have bands that do that. And there's people that make $1,500 every time they stream. There's people that make $5 every time they stream. But if you're an artist and you do not do like live performances, then you need to stream or do short format content, but essentially video content of any kind. Otherwise, you're not going to get your music out there, because the traditional music channels are entirely occupied by the major labels that will, not really let you get you out. And Newbie says it's 2:51 in NYC. Wow, you're watching me in the middle of the night, man. Lottie's waiting for the next season of The Crown. What? Who are the 2 people in these small windows? They don't talk? No, they're afraid to talk. They're colleagues of mine, Lottie and Yo-Yo, but they're really afraid of talking, so they only talk in Discord. And then they do texting. And they have a hard time talking also. They're not really good with talking. Isn't that true? That's not true. Your dog. They never talk. People are like, who are the people in the little windows? Why do they ever talk? All right, Creepy Ape says, in that case, do you see the public ultimately moving away from the charts and to independent platforms for their music? Absolutely not. Creepy Ape. If anything, the public is currently moving closer to the major label and to the always smaller group of people, because they see consistency there. They hear what they want to hear. Every song sounds great because every song is made by the same person in the same way. It's familiar. It's what they like. It's heavily promoted. And what we see is actually not an increase in diversity in music because of the technology, but we see an absolute cut down of diversity in music. Immensely. I always say, this year, for the first time in history, there was not a rock or guitar-based album in the top 200 in Billboard. Not one. The monoculture of music is becoming a huge problem, and it's getting worse by the year. Fewer and fewer artists, fewer and fewer genres, and fewer people can live off of music and dominate music. And pretty soon it's going to be even worse. But, I mean, quite frankly, how can it get worse than 15 dudes making 85% of the money? No, 10 dudes making 90% of the money. And that's probably what we're looking at over the next 2 years. So, diversity in music is sadly dying. Just ask yourself, your favorite genre or that weird genre that you heard when you were a kid. Is that doing good? Is that given any kind of space? Shit, we don't even have MTV anymore. There's no music television anymore. There's, the discovery of independent music, the discovery of new music is completely eradicated because the majors were able to essentially get a hold of discovery. Discovery now happens on various services that they bought. And if you buy all discovery services and you put only your music there, people will only ever discover your music. Spotify is essentially one big discovery machine. that lead that pipes people into major label music very trickily. If you like to hear more from Earl B, sign up for his workshop at the airport Hilton this week at work. Take it for $29. What the fuck? Yeah, I should totally make courses, right? How to spot the loony? Knuckles yellow room seems. Bob says, I gotta say I'm trolling you a lot, but I happen to agree with 99% of what you say. Yeah, it's. I think about it a lot, Bob. And I'm not lying. I'm speaking. I'm saying what I really believe. I might be wrong about some things, but in general, wow. I don't know, man. I don't know where we're going here with music. Creepy Ape says, in your personal opinion and in the opinion of your two colleagues, what was the best decade for music? Oh, I'm gonna definitely let Lottie answer that one. Lottie, best decade for music. Come on, you're up.
Why would you make me say things?
Because you have opinions that are different than mine. So you could go. Go ahead and say it.
That's hard.
Is it already hard?
Always. The 90s.
90s. Excellent. Okay, we're going to talk about it later. Yo-Yo, what do you think? Best decade for music? Meg votes 70 to the 80s. Okay, difficult. Okay. Nobody knows. Okay. Lottie says 90s. Okay. Arby says 90s. Okay, lettuce. I'm gonna say, shit, what am I gonna say? I would have to say 85 to 95. And that has a reasoning for me. Because all the stuff that I like started there, you know? So I'm gonna go first. The reason why I think 85 to 95 is because techno, EDM, hip-hop, R&B, and a lot of stuff that I like and that is really, really huge now started to gain traction 85 to 95. It's kind of like that was like a defining era. The early 80s, I think, were really shit. It was like hair metal and that other crap that I really didn't like. And past 95, it started to get too commercial for me already. And now it's like super retarded. All right, so Lottie, you said 90s. Why did you say 90s? Same thing? Avi's right. Just I say what Avi says.
Pretty much, yeah. Yes, man. Mm-hmm.
Yes, boss man. I watched Expanse yesterday, the new season. I don't know if you know Expanse. You don't know Expanse? Okay. It's good. I like it. Yes, boss man. All right. And Bob says, what year did MTV come on air? I don't know, Bob, but I can tell you that when I was young and I first saw MTV, and we were always recording Yo MTV Raps on VHS tape so we could watch it later because it was always on weird hours. That was like so crazy for us, you know? And Arby says, since it's a 10-year period, he will revise his to late 80s to late 90s. Arby, you're just doing what I'm doing here, there, little cheater. But I think it was the beginning of the 80s. So when I started watching MTV, it was like a few years old, maybe. It was new to us, you know. So for us, it was quite a thing to watch MTV. Also because it had Yo, which was a rap show, and then it had you know, things. There was guitar-based music, there was electronic music, there was all kinds of stuff. And that's what I liked about it, that it had also a great diversity of stuff, you know? It wasn't just like things are now, oh, we are an EDM tropical deep house label, you know, everybody kind of like pigeonholes themselves into a somewhat super tiny category, and then you listen to everything that S. Records makes, and every single song sounds the same. And they're like, yeah, we have great commercial success with it because our customers love that every single song of us sounds the same. And I'm like, that is artistically so wonderful. You're literally making the same song over and over again and making a lot of money with it. Congratulations for that, by the way. But is that it? You know, you're doing endless rehashes of your same 20 songs. I'm not sure. I guess I went with the 90s, says Lottie. Because that's when I started getting into the music, yeah. Seeing as I wasn't like alive much before then, yeah. That's right. I started to get into rap music with NWA, yeah. Straight Outta Compton was the first full album that I heard, and that was because it created so much controversy. That was in the news everywhere, you know. It wasn't the first rap song that I heard, you know. There was a bunch of rap songs before that, but it was definitely the first rap record that I looked into, and then I was like, wow, that is actually really good, you know. And yep. And I've been in electronic music before that, you know, because I started making music on computers, and so naturally you get into this scene of electronic music. So I was in the electronic scene very, very early. But the electronic scene is incredibly old. That started in the 60s, you know. Synthesizer development and all that stuff. So me getting into it in the 80s wasn't really like, you know, I was the first one to use a synthesizer, you know, no. And Creepy Ape says, do you think we are hearing more and more 80s styled music in the charts? It's because the formative years of the current popular producers were in the 80s? Yes. When we will come back to 90s to invoke. Okay, that is actually very enlightened, Creepy Ape there. So, since the same 30 guys are making all the songs in Billboard, and they're usually all around the same age, which is around my age, by the time you get to be somebody in the music industry, you're usually, you know, in your 40s. Your formative years were at a certain time. So they borrow heavily from the time that they grew up in, because that was the music that fascinated them. And what they also found is they don't need to find melodies anymore, because nowadays people are so disconnected from the wider pool of diverse music that they don't know old music anymore. People used to have records and used to listen to older music. Nowadays, you get away with doing a remake of a song every 10 years. So what's now being done for the biggest hits is just rehashing old records that they already have licensed. And what's better for a label than to take a record that you already have all the rights to and just make a new version of it, and then fill the billboard with new versions of the same old songs that are, by the way, good songs, just that people haven't heard it because the attention span is now 5 minutes. So when you listen to Billboard, at the very least, half of the music on there are makeovers of existing songs that are very, very uh, similar. They don't even rework them much. They will just take the song, slightly change it, give it to Dua Lipa, and she'll like dance a little bit, sing a little bit, and there you go. And people be like, "Oh my god, that is such a good song." I'm like, "Yeah, motherfucker, that's why it was number one for 20 weeks, 20 years ago. It's a very well known song," and people are like, "I don't know it." So the industry has figured out you don't need to write new music. All you need to do is rehash old music with extremely good producers and take convincing actors to play the part of artists. And this is where we are at this moment. Alrighty. Bob says, kids today, you were not alive for Beethoven and Mozart back either. When I was young, I listened to a lot of classical music. I specifically sought out classical musicians and I listened to their stuff. I even did some Mozart remixes and stuff because I think he has great melodies. But nowadays, again, discovery is in the hand of the technology giants. Discovery used to be in your hands. You listened to your uncle's old records. You listened to your father's records, to your sister's records. You went places. Now, every music playing device is owned by one of 10 companies. And they make very damn sure that you on your music listening device listen to what they want you to listen to. You have essentially given people complete control over your consumption and most over your discovery. That is what it's all about. The game for discovery has been lost by the independent musicians, and discovery is now firmly in the hands of the biggest companies, and they're not really going to give it away anymore. Do you think that the key element for most popular music is just nostalgia? Huh. Miley Cyrus redid a lot of songs. Why don't you remix copyright-free Bavarian drinking songs for EDM? I've been thinking about it. Absolutely. There's a lot of stuff you can do. I personally have been so busy with the label for years that I haven't made a song in a year. Or was it 1.5 years? I actually haven't worked as a musician in much longer than I would like to. My album is still like half done. One day, when I'm old and gray, I'm gonna finish it. So yeah, I always had a lot of ideas. Idea. Look at this. Look at these people. Look at these people. They are here. They can wave. See, they're waving hands. I could use them as they could be trained as windshield wipers. Very good, very good. Keep it up. We're driving. Come on. And Shane Doe says, Max Beauty, I learned English from movies and series and music too. It's not the best, but I'm sorry for my mistakes. Don't. Nobody needs to be sorry about anything here. Most of the people on here do not have English as their first language. And the people that do usually have a worse English than the ones that don't. Wax on, wax off? Arby, what are you talking about? Arby is talking about waxing. Okay. we're listening to music, and I'm in the background. You can see, you can hear I'm always playing some kind of music, and if I like it, I press yes, and if no, I press no. So if you hear something that you think is really, really awesome, you should totally say it. And Creepy Ape says maybe the best way to get music by independent artists out there is to make mashups with them and popular songs. That a lot of my friends are trying that. They're doing mashups, they're doing remixes, and it is met by some success. I know people like Cygnus, who are on our label, do a lot of covers. They also have some success with that. But usually the the original music suffers when you do so many remixes. I don't know. I haven't found it to be a secret career boosting tool. People are always like, yeah, if you do a remix, you're going to get famous really quick because look what happened to that kid. He did this remix. Of course, these stories are always out there, but the people that I've seen doing not original music and just remixing stuff, I don't think they've progressed anywhere further or quicker than their peers who made their own music. It's quicker in the term that you do a remix and you immediately have a lot of people that like the remix. But they don't like the remix because of what you did. They like it because of the original song. So the amount of fans that you are getting from it is usually less. Whereas if you do original music, people like your music for your music, you know? So you might get less plays, but you're approximately getting the same amount of fans. And when you're doing mixed music, you're not making money with the music anyway because you don't own the rights to it. So all of these plays are essentially useless. But when you do your own music, every play and every fan counts. So, I don't know. I would say to people to make their own music. I believe in original music. I believe in creativity. If we're all just remixing somebody else, I don't know. Yeah, Max Beauty says their kids nowadays are watching a lot of stuff on Netflix, but they haven't seen movies. Yeah, consumption of video is also changing. And Arby says he hasn't seen Cobra Kai yet. Me neither. Maybe I'll do it today. Creepy Ape, who is the most successful artist you represent or have represented? Pooh, that is really difficult to say. I started in 2018 with the label. Didn't do much there. Just like legally formed it. First year of working was 2019. Now we're in 22. Success is a question mark. If you look at our charts at countzerorecords.com, there's a chart list of our official chart positions is what a lot of people consider success. It is various people. There isn't one where I would say it's really this guy and he's the biggest of all of them. I would say that there's a solid group of 5, 6, 7 people that are all in this situation to where they have the potential to get onto the top 10 of Apple, Spotify, Deezer with anything they do. Doesn't happen a lot because we're essentially, I cannot tell you how much less money we spent than the majors do for music. It's not even funny. But they are potential hit makers and had some hits. So no single person. Once I have somebody who's super famous, I'll let you know. What are the songwriters doing now? Same thing they did before, just that they're even less appreciated, I would say. And it's hard, you know, when you start a label, people are always like, what's your most successful artist? And the fact is, we don't represent Billboard artists. We represent the people that are not Billboard artists. And nobody knows these people. If you ask somebody, how many non-Billboard artists do you know? You will find out that people generally don't know any non-Billboard artists. So the top 200 are maybe known by music lovers nowadays, but the rest is just completely off, you know? Unless it's some guy they know in private. Or they had some, you know, random encounter with somebody here or there, but generally people don't go outside of Billboard, you know? Nick Cave, yeah. Or, let me rephrase that, or people that used to be in the top 200 Billboard, because, you know, they picked up the fans then. If you say Spice Girls, you know, you don't know them, you're not knowing them because they're super independent artists. You know them because they had a lot of hits when they were, you know, in their prime. They used to be Billboard artists. So what I probably should have said is that the overwhelming majority of people does not know any artists unless they have been Billboard at a time. You know, that's when they found out about them. There's very few people that know any non-Billboard artists. You know, people that never made a top 200 in their life ever. And Bob says, did you hear about this new girl? Her name is Gail and she's 17. Maybe she signed with Sony. No, there's always a 17-year-old girl. That's how the system works. There's always a 17-year-old girl. No, they're not active anymore, the Spice Girls, I'm pretty sure. How do you measure success? That's right, Jane. That's right. Interesting. You never know. Come on, please. Yeah, so there's always a... And ideally there's a Billie Eilish or a Ariana Grande, you know? People that already have money and connections. Because then it's always easier. Because usually the people that they discover when they're 17 are not just people that are random people they discover. It's just usually the son or the daughter of somebody that's already in the industry. Kapotika says that the question must be how to connect these unknown artists to their potential audience. Yes! That is exactly what it is, Kapotika. That is exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build platforms to connect independent artists with potential fans. That is essentially what it is. The Creepy Ape says, what are the goals of Count Zero Records the next 5 years? That is essentially my goal. If I can create a platform that connects independent artists with people that are willing to listen to independent music and support indie artists, that's exactly what I want to do. And I cannot say how rewarding it has been that people have come to us on the Discord. They heard the music from the people that they were talking to and chatting casually. And they were like, oh my God, that is you that makes that music? That is so nice. And the artists are like crying because they're so happy because somebody finally fucking appreciates them. So you put these two people together, the people that, you know, all of a sudden discover music they never heard before and they're really happy. And the artists that were underappreciated for a very, very long time. And they're both extremely happy. And this is when good things can happen, and they happen casually on our Discord. They happen casually in our community, and this is why I'm building a lot more things that are community building, a lot more than, you know, what I did in the beginning. We have to have great distribution. We have to have great publishing. We have all that now, you know, but that doesn't really make or break your your label or your music. And this is what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to do as much community building as I can, with the label not being the middleman, but being the connector. Because in traditional music, the majors are the middleman. They do not let anybody connect with anybody. They need to be in the middle. And we want to be exactly the opposite. We want to be the connector. Of course, we want to make it professional. Of course, we want to make it in a way that it's sustainable. But we want to build that community because from the tech giants like Google, Apple, Facebook, Spotify, you will find nothing but the promotion of 15 artists because they all are part of one group of a lot of money-making people. This is essentially why Spotify gave so many shares to the major labels, because they knew that unless they cut the big guys in, they're not going to be able to survive, and that's what they did. And they said, you know what? We're gonna secure discovery for you, and in return, you're gonna give us the rights. So, there's that. And kind of like, I don't know, Robin Hood, we are the little guy that tries to do the thing. It's never gonna be huge, it's never gonna be like relevant on the world scale, but it doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that I do what I think matters, not what other people believe I should be doing or whatnot. All right. Bob says, my goal in the next 5 years is to meet a blonde nymphomaniac whose father owns a liquor store. Okay, that's a good plan. Lottie was like, yeah. Lottie was like, I'll take the liquor store. All right. And then, of course, the next problem is that all of the independent communities that work really well or that worked really well before are usually taken over once they're big enough. Hey, Ken, how you doing? So you are a real label. Yeah, we're a real label. Yes, we have dépendance. We have companies in Austria, Croatia, in the United Kingdom, newest one, and in the United States. So we are present in 4 different countries personally, and we have artists from, I don't know, a lot of different countries. Many different countries. And Ken is so happy with his 50,000 views on his song. We are all congratulating Ken Tucker and mostly his awesome promotion dude. Creepy Ape says, sounds like a fun guy. And here is the main challenger to Taylor Swift, Ken Tucker. That's right. Dude, I'm always saying, Taylor Swift, Ken Tucker. Taylor Swift, Ken Tucker. I don't know, Taylor Swift looks good, but Ken Tucker also looks really good, I'm always conflicted. That's right. So, what is the name of your UK company? Why would you want to know that? Do you want to send me some money or something? Now we founded it like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I think so. It hasn't done anything, but we now have a company in the UK, so we're really happy about that. By the way, I also never thought that 30 years in I would have companies in 4 different countries in the world and people that support me and help me and do so much. I never thought we would have a community like we have. Lottie is a boss now, that's right. Lottie got to be boss in the UK. Oh, Totally. Hey, Lottie, what do you say? What tell us about what do you say to your promotion? You're head of UK now, CEO UK. What do you think about that?
Have I had a chance to process that yet? Can I have a minute? It's good. It's exciting. Yeah, exciting things to come. Haven't had a chance to really kind of process yet, though. So,
Okay.
yeah.
See, she's like the dearest girl because you go on Discord with her and she just won't shut up, and you go on the show and she's like, like the deer in the headlights. But it's good, we're very happy that we have her, that she represents us in the UK, and Scotty represents us in the US, and Meg actually took over representation for Croatia there, and I'm doing Austria myself. So, really good. All right. Creepy Ape says, do you have any artists who make comedy or parody songs? Yes, I do, but he hasn't finished his stuff yet. We probably have to get on his case because I'm waiting for one comedy rap album that should be coming very soon. Kepotica says, well, so I can look it up and point some of my artist friends in your direction. Oh, okay. Just point him to CountZeroRecords.com. We organize everything through that brand. Count Zero Records is actually a brand. It's not a company. And there's various companies in the world that represent the brand. And so we have a common brand and service and group, but it's represented legally in different countries by different entities. So you can point them towards CountZeroRecords.com, and depending on where they are, they will then be serviced by the person that's closest, because Lottie's really looking forward to babysit some artists. Insider joke. So yeah, that's how it is, So ideally, we would like to build up a division in every country. That is, however, always difficult. CountZeroRecords.com. Yes, Kepotica. And there's also demo submission there and everything. And they should just join our Discord. It's so much easier because people are like, they're like afraid of us. They're like, oh my God, and stuff, And usually when they get into the Discord, they're like, oh, these people are actually very nice, And then they're like, where should I send my demo to, And things tend to get a lot easier when you're in there with us. Right. And Jane Doe says, Miss Lottie, you have a very nice English accent. Very nice. Oi. Quit putting me on the spot, asshole. She says that in chat now. And Jane Doe says, oh, Lottie's Lotta Peachy 26, yeah. Yes. Every one of us has so many things. I'm a VO record label boss. Everybody has like 400 different nicknames. It's super confusing. And Bob says, can I ask you a question? So some teenage girl right now is going to hear all her new music on Spotify. Is that how it works these days? Yes, Bob, that's exactly how it is. And they usually use discovery playlists, and these discovery playlists essentially point them to the major label artists. That is really where the meat is because discovery is the term that means that how does new music get to people who will then buy it, who will listen to it, who will become fans. And it's super important to control the Spotify app and to be the person that places the songs there. And in order to control what are young people hearing. And when you can control that, you can also control what are young people liking, because they will not hear anything that you don't want them to hear. Never have I not said that in chat, dear. Yeah, so the battle for the teenage girls is on, and we're distinctly losing it, but we're catching up. But I have to say that our listeners are actually more diverse than your typical Billboard listeners, you know. We have a greater representation of both sexes, of all ages, of all countries. Billboard usually focuses really tightly on one demographic. And Kenny's asking if Foxy, Muty, and CIG are here. I don't know. Can you not tell? Oh, man. Okay. Bobby says, okay, back in the olden days, I found out about new music to listen to my college radio station. Yeah. Those are still a good source for new music because a lot of them are still independent. But radio is having so many problems at this moment because fewer and fewer people are listening to radio that they're almost completely dependent upon payola and upon, you know, the big labels and the big money people paying them money to play music. And so, interestingly, because of the internet, radio has become essentially completely corrupted as well. So now you have Spotify that only has manipulated discovery. And because everything is on the internet, fewer and fewer people are listening to radio. Radio is now dependent more and more upon the money they get for playing songs. So they're now also completely corrupted. And it's actually an extremely interesting situation to where everybody that has a mass market window is 100% corrupted by payola. So that is like the end of natural discovery, and this is the situation that we're currently in. The moon and the stars. All right, let's do some exciting stuff. We're gonna do a dance competition, okay? She's looking like. Okay, come on, Lottie, dance with us. Dance with us, Lottie. Look how good we're dancing. Yeah, I don't have the Twitch activity thingy on, I think. Baseline, soundtrack. Oh, what the It's Lottie TV. Hello and welcome everybody, this is Lottie from the UK. She's shy. Alright, let's hydrate, guys. I've spent my hard-earned money on hydrate. Okay, I'm gonna hydrate. Everybody go hydrate. Okay. And Bob says, is the Moon and the Stars songs total crap or is it really not that bad? I don't know. It's vodka, yes. Cheers, everybody, says Foxy. Foxy, are you drinking some fox juice? What do foxes drink? They don't drink orange juice. But because I drank water, while those two are drinking unhealthy orange thingy, you know that, not even the real orange juice. The stuff where you put like the water and then it gets like bigger, you know? It's not good. I think it's called custard, mustard. I always forget what is it called, Lottie? The juice that you make with water? It's not custard. It's something like C. Cordial. Oh my God. I've never heard the word cordial before. I mean, for other things, like a cordial invitation, you know. But I've never heard it for a juice, you know. The juice which my grandma made. Wow. Yeah. The juice that his grandma made. Yo-Yo is such a wholesome dude, man. He drinks grandma juice. He hunts deer with his bare hands. He wrestles the bear, the wolf, and the saber-tooth every day. He lives in a cave, surrounded by mammoth horns, and only wears a loincloth. Yep, this is the ways. This is the way. The Mandalorian. Fuck out of my cave. Squash. I've never heard either cordial or squash for like syrup. Ken is also wearing a loincloth, he says. That is very nice. We could declare today to be the International Day of the Loincloth. All mine would have to be all the way to the ground, so it wouldn't be much difference than pants, you know. Cordial is for posh gits. Ah, that's right. We're not posh gits. We're soft gits. All right, only 1,269 songs left. I'm sure we're gonna be able to do that today. I feel like I'm only making a dent here. And we're convincing people one person at a time, you know? It's crazy. Read the chat, read the chat. Read the chat, read the chat. Where do these things come from, says Jane? So they come from various services that we are on and take demos on, like Groover and Musa Soup. And people send some to ourselves directly, and we're currently working on a system to replace all of those. It's called demosubmission.com, where you can submit your music for free to us. And Avi, what? Who was saying Avi? What? Is he saying Avi? What? Common as muck? I don't know. And RB says, hey, that demo you sent me 6 months ago, I finally got to it. Yeah, I mean, Well, what we have settled for
Your roots are sometimes more deep.
is to just not review everything we could, because it's impossible. We just pick some stuff and review that. And yeah. And Bob says, what should I tell a rock group with 12 original songs to do? To get on our Discord and to talk with us. This way they can do two things. They can meet our artists and us for free. They can talk and get a feeling for us for free. They can submit their music for free. And if they don't like us, it hasn't cost them anything. You know, so that is what I would do. Other than that, we're still working on demosubmission.com. I hope it's going to be up. I mean, it is up at the moment. You can make an account. You can upload your demos, all that. We're just in beta. But you know, our Discord, number 1, number 2, demosubmission.com, gonna be live in like 2 weeks or 3 weeks or so. I mean, like fully. We still have some minor bugs. Everything works, but there's some little things, you know. And Jane Doe says she's tone deaf but still loves music. Yeah, that's fine, you know. Music is about, you know, having a good time, you know, creating good feelings, making people happy or sad, depending on what you want to do. Pick stuff sounds good. What? Is the Discord private? No, it's not. Discord.gg/CZR. You can go there and everybody can chat there and have a good time. It's completely open. Anybody can participate. And the cool thing is you really have the management, the artists, and the fans there. And that's a great dynamic because these people, a lot of times, you know, music can be very lonely. And a lot of artists have a lot of problems, like mentally. And being together with people that appreciate what you do is really important for everybody. Also for us, you know, because management many times has the feeling that they're kind of like fighting a losing battle against overwhelming odds and huge opponents that we have no chance of beating. And then when we see people so happy that somebody that we discovered makes music that so many people like, we're like, yeah, we did this, you know? So can somebody drop the Discord link both in the chat and in the Reddit? That would be good. Thank you. I'm such a fool. I should put it up. How do I do that? How do I do that? I do that. Birthday stream on Wednesday? Who has birthday on Wednesday? I turned 29 on Wednesday. Nah, he's lying. Ken's always lying. Ken is a little bit of a joker. Alright, I put the Discord up. If you can't see it, that means you're on Reddit and your phone is up straight. So what you need to do is like turn it this way and then you can see the link on the left. And Jane Doe says, yeah, no, the feeling of fighting a battle has lost. Yep. And Ken says he's turning 75. We're so happy for you, Ken. Oh, no, wait, that's 57. That's not true. Kenny looks like he's 20. Thin ice, RB, what? Okay. Okay. Ah, the boy. Hello, boy. You want to come up? You want to come up, boy? Yeah, come. Let's see. Don't be stupid. Come here. The boy didn't want to come up. Chat the boy. Yeah, I made a list of reaction videos for Len Bucker. The unknown artist called Len Bucker. Now we got a reaction video list for Ken. So we got like 4 or 5 reaction videos for Ken's stuff. That's really good. And Ken recently got a pretty nice reaction video from some dude. This was pretty cool. So people are finally noticing Ken, and they're like, this Ken person. Can you mount the guitar on the front of his walk? Bob, you're bad. You're bad, Bob. Bad Bob. Bob the baddie. Nah, that's not true. Ken is a world famous known artist everywhere. He's known not only in Terre Haute, Indiana, but also in all neighboring towns. All the way to Croatia, to Austria, to the UK and back. And Alex is on here the moment when you can't join because you aren't home. So I guess me talking to him doesn't really make any sense because you can't hear what I'm saying. 1,242 to go. I'm going to type it in. Hey. Because I can say, hey. Come on, Yellow Room, Big Knuckles, do something. Yeah, I think that we should do something, Bob. We should totally make a stream where Yo-Yo is dancing. It's gonna be the dancing Yo-Yo stream. And Lottie would like that. So the Discord to Twitch works interesting. I'll join when I can. Yeah, the bot works, Alex, that way. I could stream on Discord, but I don't think I have a free virtual camera. That's right. That was the problem because, yeah. Wird come. Yeah, because, oh yeah. Because I would need to start OBS to grab the virtual camera to send it to Discord. Dun-dun-dum. You can be free, free, free. Free you can be. Oh man.
Can't change the fact that there were broken samples handed out for passing down. Not much to hope for besides getting out of town. And I'm fine if you encourage me and be there for me as
I think we're gonna have a visitor. No, that's not on. The cat's gotta come here. Hold on. I know. Can you just put him here? There you go, boy. There you go. Don't be afraid. Look. There's all the people. You want to look into the camera and say hello, people. Hello, people. He's not happy. He's not happy. Oi, oi, oi. Are you better now? Now that nobody's holding you? You want to sit down here? Okay. You want to sit down? Okay. Mr. Cat. Nobody can see you there. You're literally just sitting a little bit out of the... Look, Mr. Cat. You can... Mr. Cat. Sit here, Mr. Cat. Why don't you just sit here? Okay, no. It ain't happening today. Oh my God, this hair. Oh man. Everything is full with hair now. He's getting into summer. He's starting his summer herring.
These intelligent creatures have named their planet the Earth.
Yeah, Ringo was extremely thrilled to see you, Ken. He was like, oh, I'm so thrilled. Oh, it fell. Oh my God, it broke. Oh, there you go. You want to eat that? Gotta be on the camera. you want to eat it? Num num. Num nums. Is it num nums? No, don't worry. Num nums.
Lift down the shoulders. Complain that you're older.
It's a good boy. He's a good boy. There's your food, boy. Ah, he's so dumb. He's sadly not very smart. He's very nice, but
Naga, you got me faded. And it's so clear that I'm into you. I just don't know what I'm meant to do. But I want you on my
no. Look, I still have here.
you mine. It don't matter the time. We alive, it's a vibe. Let it live through us. Let it live through us. Let it live through us.
Oh God, thank you. Hey Jane Doe, welcome to the Discord. Hold on, somebody mod or give her like fan roll or something. Hold on, let me personally come in and do everything. Jane Doe has appeared. She's got fan roll already. Good. Fan rolled her. Hand rolled her. I'm feeling like a grandma. Okay. Nah, it's fine. You'll see. In the beginning, when I started with Discord, I was like, what the hell is that, you know? But after a while, you get used to it. Aha, Meg was on it. Very good. Jeez, give me a minute to get through my 11 billion rolls. Alrighty. Yeah. And there's a lot of things to do on our Discord. It's just not super evident for people who have not used Discord before. It was like, just for me, I was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, Jane, it's like role playing. On the Discord, you have to role play. So I'm gonna be the sailor, and you're gonna be the. Nah. It's not like that. No. Okay, so on the server we have different people. We have fans, they get a role that says that they're a fan. When they're artists, they get a role that says that they're artist. When they're a label manager, they get a role that says that they're a label manager. So people know who is who and who does what, you know? Even if they've never met them, they know, oh, this is this guy that does that and that, you know? And this is essentially that's that with the stuff with the roles, you know? Hey, boy. You want to come up? What are you looking at? What are you looking at? That's my water. Oh, man, you put the hair all over me, my man. Cinnamon roll. I just watch and eat popcorn. You don't eat popcorn, RB. You eat fried chicken and watermelon. Because that's our thing. RB and my thing is fried chicken and watermelon. Instead of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, we're doing the fried chicken watermelon club. When I come to the US, we're gonna do fried chicken and watermelon together. And when RB comes to this to Europe, I'm gonna do fried chicken and watermelon for him here. But then we're gonna have to go to Croatia or Greece because the watermelon in Austria is like really not good. Yeah, the chicky and the watermelon, that's right. The pineapple is also a symbol for something else if you turn it upside down, Lottie, you know. She doesn't know. But it's okay, you can look it up. I feel like I'm spitting hot fire here. Hot fire. Pretty good for a Monday. And Chando says, thank you everybody for such a nice welcome and explaining. You're welcome. We're always happy to have more people with us. It's a great community to be in, you know. I can wholeheartedly recommend it. Yeah, no. I think people that like music are generally better, you know, because they are somewhat artistically inclined, and people that are artistically inclined usually are not so horrible. You know, so difficult for me. All I want is some good music. It looks really nice here. Yeah, does it? We're doing everything we can to make it look nice. Discord in itself, the interface I think is a little bit weird because it's like a weirdish interface, but you'll get used to it, you know. And we hang in there like all day. People get up in the morning, people like me, and they say, hey, I'm drinking my coffee, and like the whole day we're in there and chatting to each other. And then there's usually always Ken, who comes in when everybody's working, and he's like, hello, 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 where are you? Hello, you know? And he's like, why are you not talking with me? You know, as everybody's working. And Ken is like, nobody's talking to me. No, Jane, it's like 24/7. Because we have people from various places all around the world. So when the Europeans go to sleep, the Americans come on. And it's like a 24/7 artist community that shares everything with each other, from I'm making pizza to, I don't know, I'm writing the new song, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Everybody is in there like a online digital meeting room. Especially important in the time of Corona, because we can't really get to each other. Not bad, but not good enough. Oh, come on. Oh. Okay, I can't. Ah, man. Sometimes, you know, you're really thinking to yourself, what were they thinking, you know? Yeah. You'll see a room that is called the Loony Bin. And this is where you typically find Ken. He likes to post a lot of funny graphics of shitting rhinoceros and stuff. A Loony Bin, yeah. I named it the Loony Bin because people are doing all kinds of stuff in there, you know. The conversation is not about music. But, you know, I think a community is ultimately more than just about music, you know. I'm usually in there in the morning and telling everybody what I'm working on, and nobody cares, and, you know. There's a whole lot of, like, people telling of what's going on in their day and nobody caring. Emma May is next. Okay, this is Emma May. Emma, such a wonderful name. Emma. There's an actress called Emma. Emma Watts? Emma, what? Is it Emma Watts? Emma? No, Emma something else. Watson?
It's been getting pretty loud. They've been screaming,
Emma Whatnot, yeah. And she probably plays in like Harry the Potty.
and it's hard to do what's right and coming home.
Emma May is a great name, yeah. She's called Emma May.
I wonder what I'd find.
An artist called Emma May, you know. And Jane Doe says she's in Europe. I'm in Europe too. Lottie's in Europe too. Yo-Yo is in Europe too.
'Cause Hollywood made me
Who else is in here? Meg is in Hollywood. In Europe. Lots of people are in Europe here.
so I need you to let me go.
Foxy.
'Cause Hollywood made me
Lots of people.
when you know. Photos on my wall reminding me what I
I'm gonna save her because her name is Emma May. I'm choking on the hair.
know I'm gonna cry
Kenny is in America. That's right.
I want you forever, and I will wait as long as we need to. Just so you know, I'll never leave 'cause I promise to
Nope.
be by your
And then Lottie is not sure if she's in Europe because she's in the UK, you know. I'm not sure. Are they part of Europe now? Or they're not anymore? They're their own island. They're the United Continent of England. Nah. Nah. I'm just kidding. For Mr. Kenny, it's Ken's 6 hours behind, so 20 and then 4 down. So it's like 4 o'clock for Ken. You want to laugh? There you go. You're like, now I'm gonna surprise her. Now I'm gonna say, look. I'm gonna surprise her. 3, 2, 1, surprise! 3, 2, 1, surprise! I'm in Central Europe too. Austria is Central Europe. We're literally the center of Central Europe. We're like Central Europe. Like CCE. Central Europe. Actually, Austria is like the heart of the world. Like the center of the world is literally Austria. Yeah, red biscuits and gravy. Oh man. Ken likes biscuits and gravy. In case you haven't noticed,
Still don't know who I wanna be. Every single person that I see, I think I wanna be you.
I want to be a rock star. How can it be here on my freaking stream deck? Come on. Oh, this cat. Arby says, what's wrong with biscuits and gravy? And Jane says she never had that. Is that food? No, it's not. It's something that we give to the dogs here. The Daggets! Woof woof, Daggets! Okay. How far am I gonna go? 1,242 songs left. If I do this, then I have to wait for the stuff to appear. Oh, that's so dumb. Then if I remove it, it'll be gone again. Let's see. Oh, that's pretty cool, but it's a bit of a huge chat here on the side, isn't it? And then when you close it, it's all gone, which kind of like makes it hard to just pop it open and show stuff. Yeah, nah. Don't like that much. 22222. Biggish. Too biggish.
wish it were a snow day.
Oh man.
Santa, come
Santa Claus has left the building and he's not gonna come back. Yeah, the bread with the oil. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man.
That's wild. I was just thinking about how you never around no more. That's wild.
That's wild.
Text that I sent like a week before.
Before.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Used to hit up like daily.
Daily.
I can feel you roll your
Roll your eyes.
eyes. You reply.
Oh my god, there's a VO talking. VO is of it some.
There's a same old tricks, new day. Guess I'm the old dog that you came for. Yeah. Watch you paint the
Always the Russian bots. They're like always putting stuff in here like org.
You say that's why you're talking to me. Baby, you're Tuesday, believe me. I'm not one of your things, no. That's wild. I was just thinking about how you're never around no more. That's wild. Replying to my text that I sent like a week before, and it seems crazy.
It's not so bad. I saved it. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, bow. Okay, no. MiG-15 Rolling Thunder. Okay, next one. So many songs. Oh my god, the cat is watching me. He's like very apprehensively watching me. Like, and Chang says she saw some from some fancy French bakeries. They put olive oil on the bread. Yeah, kind of like we do that here. Yeah, we have special pumpkin seed oil that we put on the bread. It's really good. Yeah, RB, post your biscuits and gravy and also the recipe. You know, because I want to make it. One day I want to make American biscuits and gravy here. I'll totally cook it. I'll cook it and post it. Alex is confused what's going on the stream. It has kind of like derailed into oil and biscuits and gravy and that kind of stuff. Hey, AMG! That's James, I think. Damn it, all these different fucking... Thanks for silver! I always forget who's who. People's got like 15 usernames. AMG one day. AMG's been a fan for a very long time. A friend. Yeah, like a year or more. Wow. That is always crazy when I have people, you know. And I'm thinking to myself, why would anybody watch me so many times? You must really not have anything to do. Ah! And Shane is like, I'm confused, so many things at once. Yeah, that's what it is. There's like 4 conversations going in 15 channels, you know. That's how it is. That's how it is. That is how it is. Bum, ba-de-dum. And Alex says, I didn't realize that I haven't followed on my official Twitch that I don't use yet. Okay. Huh? I don't know what's going on.
Only 22, and I'm clutching to a 6 class. I got the keys, I got the bag. Only 22, VV's wider than a riff raff. Move back with the T now.
Oh man. But I think that Alex followed it with another thingy. Twitchy bitchy. Something. I don't know.
Help me when the fight, get me through the noise, to help me find my voice, and make no mistake, I was on the table.
Yeah, and this is how it is with us always, you know. Lots of things going on. Crazy things. But we're somewhat of a more mature community, you know. It's not like a place where everybody's 16 and they're talking about, you know, dumb stuff. How they did some like bullshit on Minecraft. Yeah, it's not that. I mean, we have some younger people, but Lottie's very mature. I mean, look at Lottie. Look how mature she is. Look at that. June is the official global oil appreciation month. What? The global day of oil appreciation. He just called me old? Nah, young, very young. Very young. They were just young. I said, look how mature we are compared to Lottie, who is very young. That's what I said. June, what do I June? And Arby says, why didn't I know that Dioyo was married? What? Why did you not know? I don't know. Alexis is free official. Hello from my PC. Hey, Alex, how you doing? It's the wrong hand. Oh, really? There's multiple hands. So when you have it on the left hand, it's married, on the right hand, it's not, or is it the other way around? Where do you need to have it for Mary? Over here, right? He's married. What? Oh no. I've been contemplating that while I've been staring at the screen. So I've been staring for a little bit too long, I think. By the way, if you want to have such a cool hat like I have, or a cool shirt like I have, you can go to CountZeroRecords.com. They can get you merch there, and then you can be cool like us. Because Lottie also has a cool Count Zero Records hat, but she doesn't have it on at the moment. And Jane Doe is asking how often is the stream. It's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Always at 8 o'clock Central European Time. That's GMT plus 1, so Vienna time. At 8 o'clock Vienna time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 3 times a week. 3 times a week. Mark my words, it's 3 times a week. Yeah, we all know it's 3 times a week. Blassaman, throwing up gang signs. Yo. So yeah. So every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I'm doing this. And I have been doing so for more than a year. 2 years, 1.5 years. Am I coming up on 2 years or am I coming up on 1 year? I'm coming up on 2 years. Fuck. That is so crazy. It was like yesterday when I started. I was sitting upstairs in my studio. I turned the camera on. I was like, hello, people. And there's like 800 people online. What is he doing? What is he doing? You know, it was when RPN started and everything. And people were still like really getting into your stuff, you know. And you started streaming and hundreds of people would watch. That was really crazy. And I was streaming different times then as well, but now I'm doing it every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and everybody's welcome to join and have a good time. And if you have the technologically advanced, you know, camera and internet connection, you can even cam in and become one of these silent mutes here over here, because essentially they can actually talk, and we could like have a full-blown talk show, but they don't want to talk, so we don't have a talk show because there's no talkers on this show other than me. Yeah. Yeah, 2 years. 2 years in June or July or something. Crazy. 2 years. And I've been doing 3 times a week for a very long time. Do you know how difficult it is to do a show 3 times a week? And every time 2 or 3 hours? I got used to it meanwhile, you know? But I have to say that the other day I was talking on a phone call with Lottie, I think. And I totally got that my streamer personality was totally taking over. I've been doing 150, 200 shows talking for 3 hours by myself, you know? So when I sit in front of a camera, I'll just start talking. I'll just start talking for 3 hours, you know? So it's a reflex now. It's a reflex. According to the Lord, yeah, and he was there very early on too. But I had an awesome community as well then, and I lost a lot of people from the first community for reasons that I don't really understand. And I was really sad about that. But I think a lot of people were very young, and they have a lot of stuff to do with school and moving and changing life, you know. The people that tend to stay are the people that are a little bit more settled. They get into the routine and they just turn on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And the other days they're on Discord. So I have a very beautiful following here. The most beautiful girls and very hearty boys. Hearty boys. You feel called out? What do you mean? Why would you feel called out? Matt Taylor drip drip. But it's kind of like, it was COVID and people were staying in. And it's kind of like having friends over every day. It was actually not so bad. Most days I feel better after streaming, I'm like, oh yeah, I met all the people and they talked and we listened to some music, For being here too much, nah. If I wouldn't have the people that support me every day and that come on and make jokes with me and help me, it would be very lonely, Because we have the video studio here downstairs and upstairs is the audio studio, but we haven't... I don't know when the last time was somebody came here to record because of fucking COVID. And Lottie says R&B is her high point. Ah, that is very nice of you. Lottie's participation is my high point of everything. But mostly on Discord, where she's a lot more chatty. She's like chatty person. You would not know from this show that she's a chatty person. Yo-Yo, on the other hand, is also not chatty anywhere else. So, Record? What? Record what? Literally been talking all stream. Yeah, on the chat man. I'm a chat man. Dub. Yup, dub. I'm a chat man. Ken is lying. He says he tends to talk not much. If Ken gets started talking about a story, he'll just never stop. Because his stories like connect together. And if you let him talk, he will talk for like 7 hours straight. He's a good talker. He's like me. He's a good talker. We can do a talk show, Ken and Avi. No, we did. We need to improve technical capabilities and bring in more people with good connections on the camera to hear. It'd be good. All right, I'm gonna go out. Ooh. I'm gonna get out of here because it's already 10:30, and I got 1,208 songs left. And I think I'm not going to be able to make that in the near future anytime soon. So I'm going to get out of here of this stream. I'm going to say thank you for being on Record Label Boss. Another wonderful week has started. And I'll see you all on Wednesday where we're going to do more reviewing. I'm going to see you all on Discord because I'm going to go there really soon. So after the show, I usually go and shower. And then we all meet on the Discord and talk a little bit before we go to sleep. I'll see you all on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday for the next show. And then, of course, Friday, Yo-Yo and Lottie are already waving. Hold on, I'm going to go ahead and prepare the outro, the extra, intro, outro. We're going to say goodbye to you. Thank you for being on the show. I'll see you again on Wednesday. If you are an independent artist, if you know an independent artist, if you want to submit music to the show, if you want to talk with me on the show about your music, you're more than welcome to do so. Join us on the Discord. That's discord.gg/CZR. And then we can talk about how to bring you on the show. And if you're a musician, you want to submit your music, you can do that at demosubmission.com and submit your music to us. Also join our Discord and then we can talk about it. It's always free to submit to us. We will give you tips for free. We will tell you what we think about it. We will help you. And if you're good enough, we can talk about signing and joining us. I hope you had some fun today. I hope you heard good music today. And I hope that I was more entertaining than my very boring and dull minions that are here below me. Yes, I love them too. All right, we're saying goodbye, and I'll see you all on Wednesday at the next Record Label Boss at 2000 Central. I love you all.
It's not time to go home yet. Just stay with me for a moment. I never thought I'd find what I was looking for, but this feeling can't afford to leave. I came here with a 20 in my pocket. Didn't want to stay too long. I knew that I would drop it. Check myself out in the reflection of a liquor bottle. Saw a real sad girl, a big pill to swallow. Yeah, but when you took my hand, walked me over to the dance floor, I put on a smile, never knew I had before. You said it's not time to go home yet. Yeah, just stay with me for a moment. Don't turn around, it's only the two of us. Just stay with me for a moment. Moment. I know I'm bound to ruin it, so just stay here. Just a moment. As long as this place is open, I'll keep you close. And we'll hold on to this moment. You hold me, feels like forever.